Hello everyone, welcome to another Crafty Button Designs Photoshop tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the new mixed media templates. For the supplies that I'm going to use today, I will use the mixed media template number 2, the Merry and Bright background papers, as well as the Merry and Bright holiday word art. First, I want to show you a close-up look at all the mixed media template files that you get once you download them to your computer. Once you download the mixed media templates to your computer, you will open up each individual folder, and within the folder you will have the individual PNG files and or image files. In addition, you will have the Photoshop file. You will have it as a 12 by 12 size as well as an 8.5 by 11 size paper. The individual image files that you see here, and I'm opening up each mixed media template file to show you, these PNG images help you if you do not use Photoshop. And so because they are image files, you can use them in any other program that allows you to add images. But for those of you that are also using Photoshop, you have that as an extra bonus. So you have the Photoshop document, which will contain all the individual layers or images, plus separately you have the image files to do lots of various things with, and on another tutorial I'll show you some of the things that you can do with the individual files. But for the mixed media template example that I'm going to use today, I'm actually going to show you the Photoshop document. And so here's a look at the final template, and this one has a bunch of individual files that comes along with it. And then here's a closer look at the Photoshop document. I'm going to begin by going to the Merry and Bright background papers, and I'm choosing any paper from the kit. I'm going to place it into Photoshop. And once it comes into Photoshop, I'm going to commit the transform, and then I'm going to go to Layer, and then I'm going to go to Create Clipping Masks. And clipping masks are basically a way to crop a paper into the shape of something else in your Layers panel. And so now you can see that the paper is clipped or cropped to the same shape of the shabby overlay. Next, I'm going to move up the layer stack to the scribbles layer, and I'm going to repeat the same steps. I'm going to find a paper and place it into Photoshop. I'm going to commit the transform and then go to Layer, Create Clipping Masks. And that's it. The paper has taken on the shape of the scribbles. Next, I'm going to repeat the same steps again, looking for another pattern paper and placing it into Photoshop. I'm going to commit the transform and Layer, Create Clipping Masks. I'm going to repeat the same exact steps for every layer in the Layers panel, and so I'm going to fast forward a little bit and put on a little bit of music, and I will come back towards the end where I put some finishing touches to my layout. time for me to add the photo to my layout, and to do so, I want to first make sure that I am actually on the frame layer. The frame layer itself is in the layers panel between the frame's inner stroke and the frame's shadow. The shadow is an individual layer that you just want to leave as is, as well as the stroke. The stroke is the white border that will make a frame around the photo once I clip it to the frame layer. So it's going to make a lot more sense once you see it in action. So I'm going to open up my photo, and with my move tool, I'm just going to drag the photo into the layout, and it's going to come in already clipped to the frame layer, and that's exactly what I want. And so now I'm going to resize it by holding down the Shift key and dragging the side corner handles. And I'm just going to size it so that it fits within the frame. And then once I have it sized down to what I like, I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to move over and grab the Merry and Bright Holiday Word Art, and I'm going to choose to Celebrate and place it into Photoshop. I'm going to use this as my title, and so once it comes into Photoshop, I'm just going to resize it by holding down the Shift key and moving the corner handles. And I think I want to rotate it, and so now I'm just going to position it a little bit closer at a vertical angle next to my picture, and click OK. And just to make it stand out a little bit, I want to add a small shadow. And that's it. My layout is complete. This was very quick and easy to use the new mixed media templates by Crafty Button Designs. Here's a closer look at my finished project. I hope you all got inspired, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.